for Legoland Florida.
It's the Roaming Rogers Show, starring Timothy, Liberty,
Lainey, hi there,
And Timmy.
the Roaming Rogers family. Tip 1, tickets. So I looked up Legoland Florida, and this took me to Legoland.com for these different tickets. So you can buy online, and you can get, well, you can see the prices on the screen, for 2 days for just the park, or the park and the water park, or you can get the Awesomer Pass. That's what we have. We always get the Awesomer Pass. As far as tickets are concerned, I highly recommend not just buying a day ticket if there's any chance you'll ever go back. So even the 2-day tickets are cheaper, but if you just get the 1-day pass, you're gonna probably feel rushed. If you go in an off season, not a peak time, you might be able to get everything done, but going in at least 2 days is a good idea. If you stay at the Legoland Hotel, that usually includes the tickets to get in. If your kids play with Legos, make sure you check the packages. Sometimes they have buy an adult ticket, get a kid ticket free to get into Legoland. And also, a lot of times the Lego magazine has free kids tickets to Legoland in it if you pay for an adult ticket. So be on the lookout for that. We always get the Awesomer Pass, which it's an annual pass that I'll tell you more about soon. This is on the Legoland website with the tickets and passes. These are the different types of annual passes. So the first one you can get is only for Florida residents, the play and party. Then the Awesome Pass just gets you into Legoland, the theme park and the water park. The Awesomer Pass also gets you into Sea Life Aquarium and Madame Tussauds in Orlando and the Atlanta Legoland Discovery Center. And then the Awesomest Pass gets you into a whole lot of other attractions. I've never done that one, but it could be a good deal if you're near any of those things.
Tip 2, food and snacks.
So I have a few tips as it relates to food and snacks. Legoland opens at 10 a.m. so make sure you eat breakfast before you go, but not too big of a breakfast, because my next tip is to go ahead and eat lunch as close to 11 as you are hungry. Now, I'm not a huge fan of food inside Legoland. We've had the Kickin' Chicken, and it's pretty good. I really like the fish and chips right inside the water park. So if you have a ticket that gets you into the water park, we always go into the water park around 11 to make sure it doesn't get too crowded, because if it's a hot, busy day, it gets pretty crowded and you have to wait in line to get into the water park. So we go ahead and get in there near when the water park opens at 11, and we go ahead and get our food. That food place is not usually particularly fast. They have been understaffed recently, but I love the fish and Emmy loves the fries. So we go ahead and find somewhere to eat lunch, check out the menus. And then my recommendation on supper is to not eat supper in Legoland. Usually the water park closes at 5 and Legoland closes at 6. So that's early enough that you could go out and eat somewhere else. If you get a chance, I do highly recommend the food at the Legoland Hotel and the Legoland Pirate Island Hotel. That food is delicious. Even when we're not staying at the hotel, if we can snag a reservation over there, we go, especially at the Pirate Island Hotel. So good. I'll do another video about that. Legoland is sort of famous for their Granny Apple fries. So try those. I tried them once and just got the whipped cream. Try it with ice cream. I think that would be pretty good. It's a pretty famous snack for Legoland, so give it a try. If you want to eat in Legoland, there's lots of options for foods and snacks. Just be sure to check online or the map after you get there so you can find what's open that day and the food that you're in the mood for. So the word Minifigs is short for minifigures, and it means those cute little Lego people that come with the set. I didn't know that before I started going to Legoland. So there are several reasons you will probably want to bring your own minifigs to Legoland. The first is that they have lots of places where you can play with your minifigs. So you can take them onto the different scenes and play with them. You can take them into Rebuild the World and into the Imagination Zone and use them in those sets. So that's one reason. Just make sure you keep up with them, because people who didn't bring minifigs might try to get hold of them from you. So keep an eye on your minifigs. Another reason you might want to bring them is because you can trade minifigs with people who work there. So lots of people have minifigs on their name tags, and then in the Imagination Zone there's this big set of minifigs that you can trade. So you have to have one with the regular pieces, a head, a top, a bottom, and hair, and then you can trade someone for them. And you might even get lucky, like my sister did on her birthday, and one of the workers gave her 2 minifigs. But don't count on that. Bring your own. Tip 4, shopping. Now, there are not a lot of shopping options at Legoland, but there's probably enough. But some of them are closed some days, depending on how busy the park is and how many workers there are. So you can see on the screen the different places. That shop's at the end of the Ninjago ride. A lot of these up here are closed if it's not too busy. But the big shop is the big shopping place. It's right at the entrance to the park. So you've got exposure to it when you first come in and when you're leaving in the afternoon. My tip for that is, if you're going to get something big, either have them hold it for you at the front of the park, or go back and shop closer to the end of the day so you don't have to carry around a giant expensive Lego set all day. Or you can get your kids something small that they can play with throughout the day. You can buy a little set of minifigs if you didn't bring your own. The big shop is often crowded at the end of the day, but we just went near the end of August, and even at the end of the day, it was not crowded at all. But during peak, busy, crowded times, the lines in the big shop are really long. So be prepared and make a plan for that.
Tip 5, hydration.
So my next piece of advice is about drinks and staying hydrated. You're in Florida, so it's often pretty hot, and you need to make sure you're drinking enough water. Water is free. You can get cups of water places where you can refill the cups, or you can get them from restaurants. But I highly recommend buying a cup. We have several of these. We get ones at holidays, but you can get all kinds of different ones at different times at different locations. But get a cup. It's nice to not just drink water. With the cup, you can get soda, lemonade, ices, all kinds of things. So we are activating our cups first thing this morning. There's not even a line. Cups are a very good deal. Like you see, the first time you buy it, it is $16 for one, all you can drink. 2 for $14.99, or 3 or more for $13.99 each. You can reactivate for $7.50 a day. This is our favorite place to get drinks because they have ices. And here's another place to get a drink. Enjoy Brick Glass. Timothy loves it. I'm not a fan, but he likes it. Place to get drinks in the land of adventure. There's Johnny Thunder.
Tip 6, flying couch.
The Flying Couch's real name is Masters of Flight, and it is pretty much our favorite ride. It is super cool. It kind of has like a dance party inside. That's what we call it while we're waiting. And then if you've ever ridden Soarin' at Epcot at Walt Disney World, it's kind of similar to that, but on a slightly smaller scale and with really awesome Lego music. So my tip for this one is go to this ride first or last. If you go first, there's not usually a crowd yet, especially if you get there when Legoland opens, usually around 10. Or go close to the end of the day so that the wait doesn't matter and it's less hot, because that queue, the temperature is very hot. But it is a super fun ride, and make sure you smell the air while you're riding. Tip 7, building and playing. Legoland, so you've got to play with Legos and you've got to build. And there's lots of opportunities. You can go to Imagination Zone near Lego City, or down in Heart Lake City, you can go to the Dots building place or Rebuild the World. Also in Imagination Zone, there's a place where you can play Lego video games. So these are great places to go if it's raining, or if it's too hot outside, or the kids just want a chance to play. Here is inside Imagination. That one where you can build on the columns, you can build on the walls, build stuff and put it in the frames. Or if you just like the experience of stepping on Legos, you just walk through Legos. You can build a plane and fly it. You can build a car and fly it. You can build on houses. You can build a building and then do the shake plate to see if it can survive the earthquake. From the carousel. This direction is Build Your Art Gallery by Dots. Rebuild the world.
Tip 8. It's really built for kids.
Legoland's motto is built for kids, and they are not kidding. They are really built for kids. So they have really pretty short heights for most all the rides. Even pretty small kids can ride almost everything. Their toilets, I know Emmy and a lot of other kids freak out with automatic flushing toilets. With their toilets, you have to flush them, so it's not so scary. They have some sinks that are short so little kids can reach on their own, or else they have that little step up to them. They have paper towels instead of the loud blowing hand dryers, because I know that freaks out some kids too. They also have places to play in line while parents wait in line. And they have a pretty tame wave pool and a nice baby splash pad. So they truly are built for kids.
Tip 9, special events.
Legoland has lots of special events that are pretty awesome, but I will make a separate video about each of them. But my tip relating to this is, do attend special events if you can, but if you do, and you're only there for a day, you will not have time to do everything, see everything, watch all the shows, and ride all the rides. So keep that in mind.
If you hit another pirate with your swords, we may ask that you leave the academy. If you understand me, say, aye aye, Captain.
Aye, Captain.
Aye, Captain.
Brick or Treat is my absolute favorite event at Legoland Florida. They have a bunch of characters, Lego characters that you can meet dressed in costume, and you can dress in costume. This show is my favorite show. It is so cool. It is amazing. I will make another video about it after this year. And they also have trick-or-treating for the kids, so I love it. There's also holidays at Legoland Florida Resort, which is pretty much Christmas and New Year's. So of course there's Christmas shows, Christmas characters like Lego Santa, gorgeous Christmas directions all lit up, Christmas trees made of Legos, and then we love New Year's Eve at Legoland. They have the fireworks go off at 8, so you get to celebrate midnight. They give you glasses so it looks like Lego bricks are shooting off all the fireworks, and then you can get home and safe before everybody else is doing their midnight. Tip 10, the Legoland and Pirate Island Hotels. A tip about the Legoland Hotels is that they are awesome, and if you have the money to spend on them, you should definitely do it at least once. Both the original Legoland Hotel and the Pirate Island Hotel are really neat. If your kids love Legos, or have ever loved Legos, or you ever loved Legos, you will really enjoy the theming. They have fun pools. They have this campfire or fire pit outside. You can go putt-putting, and just the inside is so much fun.
There you go, you sea dogs. Have a great day.
Also, Legoland Hotel food is delicious. Those are our top 10 tips for Legoland Florida. Comment below if you have any other tips.